New video series coming your way starting this week. What's up guys, welcome back to Sway Vision. Thank you for watching this video. Now I'm gonna start a new video series every Thursday of the week. No matter what, I'm gonna do my best to start dropping these videos every Thursday, every week. The series of the videos is gonna be called New YouTuber Gives 3 Tips Every Week. So the basis of this video is, I'm a new YouTuber. I've been at this about a year. So I'm gonna give you the best 3 tips that I can every week on everything that I've learned or things that I've watched and learned and my journey on becoming a YouTuber. And and hopefully that you can learn from them. You can get better at YouTube as well. Because let's face it, some of us are just deathly afraid of being on camera, or don't think that we'll make it. And the truth is, anybody can make it on YouTube. No, this is coming from a guy who hasn't made it very big on YouTube. I know that, but I will make it big on YouTube. And I know that because I know that I will never stop trying, and I will never stop pushing the envelope, and I will make it happen. I believe in myself. I have a great support system that believes in me. I believe in the man upstairs, and I believe that things, when you put your mind to it and you have enough strong willpower, you can make anything happen that you believe in. And I believe that I can make it on YouTube, and that the things that I'm teaching myself or the journey that I'm taking, and another thing is just like, I created YouTube. Let me give you some backstory real quick. I created YouTube because it was fun. I loved watching these other people do it, and I was like, you know what? I know I can do it. I always felt like I was meant for something bigger than myself, and that, there's just something more out there than just a 9-to-5 job. I mean, who ain't looking for that, right? So I believed in myself. So after a few months of thinking about it and just thinking about it and thinking about it, and there were some other things that came in play. I had to mentally get myself ready, physically, somewhat financially, and I'll go ahead and be the first one to tell you, you're not financially ever ready for YouTube. Kind of somewhat like having a baby. There's always something more that you could buy, or something you may need, something that you're gonna want, and all these things. And that's some of the tips that I'm gonna give you, whether you could or couldn't or shouldn't or don't need some of these things. But that's later on. So like I said, I'm new at YouTube. I've only been at this since February of the beginning of 2020. Started YouTube doing a paranormal channel. Now I still have that channel, and I'm still somewhat active on it. I will eventually do some more ghost hunts, but here recently I've caught this new niche. It's about cameras and just all kinds of different sorts. Anything that has to deal with filmmaking, cameras, this is what my channel is about now, and about editing videos, etc. Kind of follow me along in my journey, because I'm going to talk about the things that I've learned every week, or that I've learned in past weeks or whatnot. Like I said, I've been at this for a year. So I wanted to say that if you want to kind of see my journey so far about where I've been, then you need to go over to the paranormal channel, and I'll leave a link right here, or the link in the description, and you can check out my other channel and kind of see how far I've came in the different aspects of talking to the camera or my gear and things like that. And you'll see the difference in my videos. You really will. At least I can see them, and I'm hoping that you can see them too, and you'll see the difference. Let's talk about tip number 1 for this week, all right? Tip number 1 for this week is motivation. All right, once you find the motivation of what you want to do and why you want to do it on YouTube, keep with that. Always just keep pushing. Find things that give you motivation to do it. Watch YouTube videos that kind of help you have the motivation on what you want to do. One of the biggest things that I've seen another YouTuber talk about is that he made his channel so big because he followed someone else and what they did on YouTube, and got his motivation from watching other people. There's enough to go around, people, believe me. Believe me when I say that. I've seen it from different other YouTubers. Like I said, I know I haven't made it big yet, but I'm going to. But I've seen it from other YouTubers. They follow one another, or this YouTuber may do another one, may do one thing, or this YouTuber may do this, and this other one does the same thing. Or let's talk about like when a new camera comes out. You'll see that it becomes a big trend that week when that camera comes out, that every YouTuber that is big in filmmaking or talks about camera or talks about gear and tech, then You know, they're all doing reviews on the same camera. So that's what I mean by kind of like copying. So find your motivation, find the niche that you want, and go after it. And you know, they say stay at one niche, but to me, it's like I feel like I'm in a position where I can do both channels. The paranormal channel, I'm not so much like hungry for right now at this minute, but the time will come. You know, there's a whole nother story behind that. Check out the update video on why I haven't been posting much on that channel. Okay, I don't want to lose momentum here. So, like I said, find your motivation that you want to do, find the niche that you want to do, and just go after it. You know, stay after it, whatever it takes to get motivation, to feel positive, and keep going after your niche, do it. Okay? Just stay after it. Tip number 2. Now, this is very important. If you're going to do YouTube, then this tip right here is very, very important. Before you go out and buy a camera, okay? Before you go out and buy a camera, do your research. Don't be like me. Yes, I know. Okay, let's kind of rewind a little bit, retract, okay? I started off with the iPhone XR, I believe it was, and it was great. It was cool. Yes, I had that feeling inside like, oh, this is just not good enough. You know, all these guys out here that's on YouTube, they have all these nice cameras, they have all this nice gear and stuff like that, and I was letting it get to me. And my best advice to you also is don't let that stuff get to you. They've been at this game for a while. They realized they wanted to change and get a real camera. They spent the money on a real camera, and sometimes when you realize that you want to start YouTube, you don't have the money to go out and spend $1,000 on a camera. It's just not gonna be possible for everybody. You know what I mean? I know what I mean, because things can be stressful out there, or you could be struggling with money right now, but you want this dream to happen. Don't let financials stop you. If you have any kind of phone, okay, any kind of phone, hit record. You know, start stepping up, get you a mic. You know, move up by little bit by little bit by little bit. Don't put yourself in a financial bind to buy gear. Also, that's another big tip. Do research on cameras. If you want to shoot 4K, you know, you got to make sure you have a laptop to be able to edit the 4K. So like I was saying, don't be afraid to start off with your phone. Maybe start off there and then work your way up. But when you make that decision, please do research. A couple of weeks ago, I finally was able, actually about a month ago, I was able to like kind of afford to get a camera, and I was just in such a rush. I made a video about this the other day when I made the unboxing of my Sony A6400, that I was just in such a rush to buy a camera. I seen that the Canon SL3 said 4K, and man, I jumped and I bought it, and I got it home, and yeah, it was an okay camera. It take good pictures and stuff like that, but when it shot 4K, it was in a big crop. You know, crop means that it adjusts, you know, it's more than what it is just by putting your lens on. So like here, I got this 16mm lens. You got to, with the Canon SL3, I would have to do the 16mm times it by 1.6, and then that's your focal length. Now the camera that I'm on now, it's still got a crop on it, which is a 1.5, but it's less than the Canon SL3. But back to the Canon SL3, it only shot 4K and 24 frames per second, and I wasn't happy with it. I didn't do my research enough, like I was saying. I just hurried up and rushed and jumped into it, and I was just so unhappy. So, you know, I explained in another video, I got rid of that camera, I sent it back, you know, and got this camera. And I love this camera, it's just great. The color sign that's on it is just awesome. You know, like I'm saying, do your research. That's tip number 2 today. And tip number 3, this is a big one. Let me bring the mic back over here real close so you can hear me. Maybe that's too far. Tip number 3, guys. This is what I want you to take away from this video most of all, and that's believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do this, or that it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna make it big. Why are you trying? Don't do it. You're never all this, that. Number 1 when it comes to that is people are gonna tell you that because they're scared of failure. They're scared they're not gonna make it, or they're scared, whatever the case may be. They don't want you to make it because then they'll feel some type of way. Like I said, what I want you to take away from this video is tip number 3, believe in yourself. And that's it for this week's video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below. And folks, I'll catch you on the next one.